Hello, thank you everyone for coming. My name is Levi Itzak. I will be your guide for our 6-day hiking trek in the fabulous Aito Park. I appreciate all of you coming. It means that you care about our safety. Okay, our safety briefing includes that one important message for you guys is that you're the person that keeps, you're the most important that keeps you safe. And by doing that, you also contribute in keeping the whole group safe. So please, in our trip, do your best in keeping yourself safe. Some of our goals on our trip is to travel 15 kilometers a day, which will include a 6-hour trip each day. And then we might not even do 15 kilometers a day because it all depends on the terrain and weather. And one of our goals to have in our trip is to keep a high level of communication so that we can deal with any questions or concerns throughout our trip and deal with the issues as quickly as possible. If you are uncomfortable to ask about using the washroom, please don't, because everybody uses the washroom, and by doing that we can wait for you safely till you are done and continue on with our trip. We are hoping to have breaks in between our morning sessions and lunch and campsite sessions. So keep that in mind. Washroom times are ideal for those moments when we were taking breaks. Dangers in the park. When a predator appears, please stay calm and stick with the group. When predator appears, usually means that it's just curious and trying to see what's going on and about. It doesn't usually mean they're going to be out to hunt and kill you. And if you're in a big group, they usually know that they're outnumbered and cannot risk taking any chances going into that group and try to get food. One of the things that are lurking in the park as well are slippery rocks, downhill, uphill steep slopes, possible rock slides. It's cold temperature up there, so you want to do your best in keeping yourself dry. Otherwise you'll have a hard time with your adventure when you're out in the cold being wet. There's chances of people falling off cliffs, so you want to be really careful when we're in high parts of mountains. Mosquitoes are a big problem in this area as well, so you want to keep yourself with mosquito repellent all the time, and by the fire when we're having campfires. That helps keeps the mosquitoes away. Park rules: respect the wildlife, do not disturb or kill any of them, including small birds and stuff, because those ones are usually small and really delicate. So leave what you see. Don't touch any carcasses, memorial sites. It is important that you don't touch that. It's part of the land now. Use path as best in abilities. So that means try to keep on trails as best you could to preserve the land there. There'll be no alcohol or drugs in this trip whatsoever. We ask that you eat and drink a lot of food throughout the trip so that you can keep your energy level high and keep up with the group. You must bring all the equipment that is required. I've handed out the equipment requirements, so make sure you have all those, because we will be evaluating your equipment before we take off to ensure that you have all the right gear. And we have the right to refuse for you to continue following us on the trip if we find out that you don't have all the proper gear. So make sure you have all your gear. As for the waiver, make sure that you understand it and that you have read it. And when doing so, when you're ready, have somebody witness you sign it. Okay, so our daily plan is basically leave every morning from the campsite and continue hiking at 7 or 7:30 in the morning. There'll be breaks in between the morning and lunch session, and then we'll have an hour lunch break. And then in the afternoon we'll have another 15-minute break in between our lunch spot and our campsite. And so keep that in mind. So basically that's how our trip plan is going to be laid out. We'll have left the campsite by 7:30, have a 15-minute break in the morning before we reach our destination for lunch, and at lunch we'll have an hour break, and then in the afternoon we'll have another break in between our lunch spot and our campsite, and then reach our campsites by 5:30 in the evening, if everything goes well. Alright, I hope you enjoy the trip and have a good night.